Hey, this is Marjorie again. I got a pretty quick video for you. This one's a little bit fun and a little silly, but it's also very profound. Yeah, so most of you know, if you've been with me for a while, how much I just absolutely love the Theta network and Theta tokens. And it's a cryptocurrency. It's actually what the internet is going to be they're building it out right now. It's bigger than if you missed the dot-com bubble or if you missed investing in Amazon or something, you've missed Bitcoin, Theta is going to be your ticket. Now, I want to step back a little bit and let you know that I have the same investment philosophy as Charlie Munger. Charlie Munger was Warren Buffett's partner. He's deceased now, but good guy. I think he lived into his 90s. And he said, the average small investor, which can be me and you, probably those guys think anybody with less than 100 million is small, but he said, for most of us, we really shouldn't have a zillion different investments. Just focus on really 2 or 3 or 4 investments at the most is all that a small investor should have. And I totally agree with him on that. And part of the thing is when I get an investment, I really spend time with it. I keep up with the news about it. I'm trying to learn as much as I can about the CEO and the upper level management and the management team. What are the products they're developing? You keep in the flow with it, right? So, if you've seen my other one, I've been investing in silver for 25 years. I know the silver story. Well, actually, it was a psychic that brought the Theta token to a lot of people's attention quite a few years ago. And she kept seeing Theta in the future. Now, Michelle also has passed on, died young, but it's been carried on by a lot of other people. Big shout out to Bix Weir and Justin Pruschetti, Bitcoin Ben. A lot of people have been talking about Theta. It's not super well known, but it really is the future of the internet. And it's kind of like this. He said, well, what does it do? So I'm not going to invest in something that's a cute dog, although I have to admit I did want to buy some Dogecoins at one point in time. But I'm like, no, in investments, I do not go for cute dogs. I need something that's practical, grounded, has a use case that makes a lot of sense, right? I don't want to, there's 15,000 altcoins now that are on CoinMarketCap, and I hear there's like 2 million coins that have been minted or tokenized. And we know that most all of those are going to be gone. We're starting now the collapse that's going to wipe out all of that. I don't know when the complete crypto collapse is going to be, maybe later this year. At some point it will happen. And most of those coins are going to get completely wiped out. But there will be some survivors because it is, at this point, digital money is a part of our future. And there are some that are just super viable. And I think of Bitcoin a lot, Theta, a lot like, in the 1800s when there was that gold rush to San Francisco and California and everybody, there were some guys who'd find gold and they'd strike it rich. And there were some guys who found a little bit and did okay. There's a whole bunch of them that just wasted a bunch of time dawdling around. You know who made the most money in California during that time period? It was Levi Strauss and Company, because he was selling shovels, he was selling pants, which jeans, anyway, Levi jeans became famous. He was selling tents. He was selling the stuff that you needed to all the gold miners. And then the gold miners went out and did their thing. So the Theta network is kind of like buying shovels and selling shovels to gold miners in the 1800s. It's also another way to describe it is, I'm not going to go into it too much. I did a whole post on the Theta network and why I think it's such a great investment. But I wanted to show you something fun. So they recently had an update. They often do showcases. By the way, this is the thetatoken.org website, and I'm just going to flip through that a little bit. They now have, what is launching? Some kind of new thing. They have always stuff going on. I'm learning so much from these guys just by being an investor in them. But one kind of really cool thing that they've done is they build these showcase things So they built a whole streaming video network for a while that was a showcase. And they've got a generative AI showcase. Now, they build these showcases not because they want to be in this business. They build them just to show and demonstrate how the Theta Edge Cloud works. And so they've built this just as a fun thing that you can use for free, and they're just wanting to demonstrate that it works. And they have this one, so they got all kind of stuff here. They've got text to image, chatbot, image to video, sketch to 3D, virtual try-on, that could be fun, image to image, and then talking head. And so I've been playing with these talking heads. And also, if you want, it'll generate voices for you. You can come down here and generate voices. And yeah, so let me show you this. Let me show you this one that I created with Albert here.
That Marjorie Wildcraft, she is an extremely intelligent woman. You should listen to her.
I know, I couldn't get it to do a thick German accent, so it wouldn't take very long to find other tools that would do that. I was just doing this for free and just having a few minutes. There's all kinds of stuff that's out there. I mean, I'm sure that you could get that voice mimicked. And then here's another one. This is going to be fun. You're going to like this one.
Our health is in crisis due to poor food, and in times of crisis, humanity turns to backyard farming. Marjorie can help us all. She is an American hero.
Yeah, they definitely didn't mimic his voice that well. He sounds a lot better as an AI than he does as a real human being. So, deep fakes are a very, very, very real thing that's going on now. I've heard a lot of interesting conversations about who they've done a deep fake to and who they haven't. One that I was investigating recently, so I listen to Jeff Berwick from time to time. He's with the Dollar Vigilante and, the orchestrator or the force behind Anarchapulco. I saw one of his shows where he was talking about he believes Alex Jones has been AI'd. And, I don't fact check everything that these guys talk about, but when I can fact check something, I try to do that because there's so many things people are saying that are so incredulous these days that when I can fact check something, I try to do that. And it's true. Here's a photo of Alex Jones, like in most of June, July of this year, maybe August of this year, and you can see he's about to bust. You wonder why that shirt hasn't popped open. Got a little bit of hair on the back, and guys that are balding, like they usually just like every strand of hair they love, and then bam, all of a sudden in August, and I dug through their archives. Alex Jones looks like this. He's bald-headed and he's a little bit trimmer. They've done a really good job with his mannerisms and his voice. I'm going to run you a clip of it here in a second. But I believe they've AI'd Alex Jones. I really think so. I have some fans of his say, no, he's got a personal trainer and he's doing this, that, and the other, and he does have people in studio. But I've looked at some of those videos, and I don't think they're legit. And first of all, when you have a personal trainer, it does not happen overnight. Anyway, take a look at this. I got just a 30-second, 50-second clip of Alex, of the new, what I believe is an AI'd Alex.
All right, today is Liberation Day. And I have a very good idea what Trump is going to announce. They've said that he's keeping it under his hat, but he's not. They were range finding and testing with the tariffs of the last 70 days that have been throttled up and down to prepare the markets and normalize this. And that.
So I did, there are AI, so I go to ChatGPT and I'm like, hey, ChatGPT, are there some free software services to help me determine a deep fake? And there sure are. So I ran this clip of Alex Jones through a couple of these different services that said, and three of them said, no, not a deep fake at all. And then one of them said, yeah, high probability of deep fake. And I'm looking at the ones, this is like an endless circuit you get into. So, at least one of the ones that said no deep fake was Microsoft's. I'm like, oh yeah, of course, right? Microsoft, Google, and all that, the orchestrators of the narrative. Of course, they're going to, if Alex Jones has been deep faked, of course they would have that in their algorithm not to ever admit it. It's kind of like going to, if you want to check something, going to factcheck.org or going to, what's that other one that everybody goes to, Snopes.org or even Wikipedia. Like, you're not going to get the truth out of any of those organizations. So anyway, I'm not going any further down that rabbit hole. I just got to say, what a good job they've done with him, and I am pretty sure he's AI'd. I mean, when I look at it, it looks wrong. There's not a human connection there. There's something that looks wrong about it. Anyway, we're living in a brave new world, and I just thought I would flip out a little bit of just some of the explorations I've been playing with it. I really recommend you play with AI. There's like all these tools are for free now, and people are discovering stuff, and this is not going to be the way it always is. There's going to be cost to this eventually at some point in time, because it costs money to cost processing time to run these things. But use it now. I don't think you should be afraid of it. AI really is just a really, really slick user interface to a gigantic database. It's really just software. It'll put an end to some of your qualms you may have about AI taking over the world. All right, well, that's it. I also want to encourage you, I'll probably have a link down to that podcast I did on Theta and why I think Theta is such a great investment. And right now, oh my God, those tokens are so inexpensive. I think it's like 77 cents for a Theta token. That is the deal of a century. I mean, those are going to at least $1,000 a token. I think in this next coming bull run, which will happen, the markets have just dropped dramatically. As soon as some of that settles down, you're going to see precious metals and other commodities skyrocket. And I think we're going to see a big run in all the cryptos again. Theta is going to have some big moves this year. It may not be the 1,000x, but I think we can definitely see a 10 or a 100x move this year for Theta. So I really recommend it. It's as another investment. I think it's so small. You can certainly pick some up. Okay, this is Marjorie. Watch out. I'm the real person, and you can tell from all my really crappy videos. I'm not significant enough to deep fake. Okay, we'll talk to you guys later.